Hey guys, welcome back to Bushcrafty Cooks. And as you can see, we are messing with some bacon. Which anytime your recipe starts with bacon, it's going to be a good one, right? But anyways, we're going to fry this up. Today we are going to make a bacon cheeseburger. Well, actually, let's rename this. Bacon Super Cheeseburger Pizza. Not pizza. Why am I talking about pizza? Super Bacon Cheeseburger Pie. There we go. I'll get it out eventually. So, fry up you some bacon any way you like. If you want it a little extra crispy, go ahead. Crispy would be good at the very end of this, but it doesn't matter. It's all going to be good. So we're going to let this do its thing, and we'll be back as soon as we get to the next stage. Okay, guys. If you didn't know what cooked bacon looked like, here it is. This is what you want. It's a little crispy here and there. There are some fattier bits in here too. That's fine. I'm not going to keep any of this for toppings. You can take some of this out and then cook the rest of it to where it's crispy. It's all preference. It's all up to you. But we're going to go ahead and empty this and get ready for our next bit. So hang tight. Okay, we have a hot pan with hot bacon grease in there. And we have some 80-20 ground beef. About a pound. And we're going to add it to the pan here and start frying it up. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit on this, what I want to do with it. Now, you can take it apart and put little chunks in there if you want. I don't have time for that, so I don't break it completely up, but I kind of break it up in little chunks, so to speak, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and get the spices ready for this. And we have our normal spices, our garlic powder. Dump it in there, probably a little bit more. I like the garlic. Some onion powder. About the same of that. I'm going to go ahead and mix these up. That way, I don't want to break up the chunks of ground beef just yet. I just want to marry all the spices that I do got in there. And of course, I'm going to put salt and pepper in this. You don't have to watch me put salt and pepper in there. I think you guys can trust me enough that I'm putting salt and pepper in here. Because some people complained about my pepper grinder. It makes an awful noise, but I'll skip that boreness for you, and we'll move on to the next step. Now, we want these to be chunky in here for a reason. We don't want it all ground up in little bits. You can, but I much prefer it this way because I want to get like a little char on what we have in here. And then we'll flip it over and do the char on the other side. So hang tight, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we're at the stage where I think we're ready to do a little flip here so you guys can see. Now if you see, there is some crispiness on some of this hamburger here. Hopefully you guys can see this. See it right there? There's some crispiness on there. And that's kind of what we want, because you get that char flavor. It actually brings out the flavor of the beef a lot more. Now, I'm not saying cook it until it's dehydrated, but get a little crispiness on there. Gives a little texture to it. And believe it or not, if you cook this like this, and put it in the refrigerator and keep it for later, it's really good cold. Believe it or not, just plain hamburgers with, you know, a couple little spices, salt and pepper. It's actually a pretty good snack cold. So what we're going to go do, since we got that going, and again, I'm not using this for a garnish on top of the pie itself, so I'm going to add this to it. Yes, I'm using a paper plate because it's cheaper instead of washing a dish every 5 minutes. I'm not using it in the microwave, so calm down. If you want to learn about cooking or a new recipe, this is your place. If you want to know about the environment and stuff, you came to the wrong place. Now, we're going to mix this together. Sorry about the rant, but some people are more worried about what I'm using to cook and mix this food up with than why they clicked on the video to learn about a recipe. It's your kitchen, your rules. Do it the way you want to. End of story. Now, we're going to let this marry together for a few minutes, get a little bit more crispiness, and then we're going to move on to the next stage, which is over on the island. So hang tight. Okay, our next stage is filling this bottom part with, you guessed it, pork rinds. And yes, I'm using this thing again. And until somebody asked about this dish, I wasn't sure where it came from. This was made in 1967. That's how long I hold on to things. Sounds pretty bad. That's not when I bought it, but you know. Crunch these up. You can crunch them however you would like. If you like them crunchier, or the more you crunch it up, the kind of soggier it would get, I guess you would say. The bigger chunks will take longer to soak up the mixture, and we will talk about the mixture in just a minute. I like to make a good layer. That was a really crunchy one on the bottom of here, and that's good right there. Now that I've made a mess, we have a cup of whipping cream here, or heavy cream, however you want to say it. It's the same thing. Unfortunately, my Amish lady I can't get my raw milk, so I haven't been able to get my own cream, heavy cream. So we are using store-bought. Yes, some people still do that, and it's not a crime. 2 eggs in the mixture. And these are from the Amish. They are free-range eggs, if that matters. And what I like to do with this, I like to put a little spice, seasoning in here. So we're going to do the onion powder. Not too much, because we already have a lot of that. Some garlic. And some spice. And as you can see, it's not too much. We're going to go ahead and mix that up and try not to make a big mess like I usually do. Make sure everything is mixed in there really good. Like that. I like doing it in measuring cup because why dirty more dishes? Now we have this stuff here. I'm going to take, yes, and I'm putting grease and all in here because that's what we need for carnivore. We want that fat. Put that over there. Now we're going to make sure this is somewhat spread out evenly. We might have some stuff pop up to the top. That's okay. That's just fine. Now, I have some cheese over here. Let me get it. This is what I mean by super cheesy. This is Gouda cheese, and it is in chunks. Yes, it is in chunks. I cut it up in nice little chunky chunks. Some of them I didn't quite do good enough, evidently. And we are going to strategically place this cheese inside the ground beef chunks, so to speak. Like so. And this is going to make it even more cheesier. The next stage is what we're going to do is give this another little mix. Make sure it's nice and thick. It's almost like eggnog. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and pour this over here. And this is pretty much just like the beef tips that I did, but this is the cheeseburger version. Like that. Make sure you get all that yumminess out of there. Now, give it a little jiggle like that, however you want to do it. And I already have in a Ziploc bag already some shredded cheese that I shredded up the other day when you watched me make something. I forget what it was. I had a whole bunch of shredded up. And we're going to douse this at the very top. And this is where you could have put some more bacon on top of this to even make it more snazzier. But it depends, however you want to do it. There you go. Now we're going to go ahead and stick this in a preheated oven. 350 is good enough until it loses its jiggle. Once it loses its jiggle, it's ready to eat. This is all will be all melted down real good. And if you want to toast the top a little bit, if it's not toasted already, you can put it under a broiler for about 2-3 minutes and get that toastiness on the top. But we'll be back as soon as this gets done. Okay guys, here we are once more, and doesn't this look so good? And many people may think that have not done the carnivore diet or have not done the carnivore diet correctly might think, oh, look at all that fat and all that oil and stuff. But that's what feeds us carnivore. This is what burns the excess fat that we're trying to get rid of. That's what fuels us, so to speak. Now, let's go ahead and open this thing up. Let me find my spatula over here. Go ahead and cut into this. Oh, doesn't that sound good? Ooh, that nice crispiness where that cheese has been frying on the side of there. Let me go ahead and get a small section out. Let me get my plate. My apple plate. Let's go ahead and dig out this corner right here. Oh boy, that looks good. Now, I'm only grabbing a little piece, but I'll be eating this whole thing. You watch. Might not be right at the beginning, but oh, doesn't that look just scrumptious? You got where the cheese was melted in that Gouda cheese. You can't even see it. It's all melted in there. You can see where the chunk was right there. Ooh. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one so I can go eat. And I wish you all the well and happy cooking.